Niznik. I'm a nutritional consultant here at the World of Wellness. I do kinesiology testing. It's called applied kinesiology testing. Another name for that is nutrition response testing. It's all the same thing. It's about using your own body's energy to see where you have weaknesses, to see how well your energy flows through all your internal organs, to see how well they flow through your digestive reflexes and your immune reflexes. So if we find you have a weakness in any of these reflexes, you can find which particular nutrients strengthens the weak reflexes to help you pinpoint what your body says it wants. I also do work with allergies. It's more of a desensitization, say that 10 times fast, desensitization treatment where you'll hold something. Say, for instance, you have a problem with dogs, you're allergic to dogs. I have a jar full of dog fur here. We could do an allergy reversal treatment in about 8 to 10 minutes, and most likely have a great chance of greatly reduce your negative response of being around dogs in one treatment. This all started with Dr. Debbie Nambujapad. Is a lady. She's a medical doctor. No, she wasn't medical. She's a doctor of chiropractic. She's a licensed acupuncturist. She has a PhD in physics and a registered nurse. But she'd eat something and she would pass out. She'd eat something, be so fatigued, that very, very difficult for her to get out of bed for 3 or 4 days. Or she'd eat something and go into anaphylactic shock. And initially, through kinesiology testing, she found out what food she can or she's okay with and what foods she really had to stay away from. All it is muscle testing. Say, for instance, this is carrots. Everything emits an energy. Everything emits its own unique frequency vibration. Everything emits its own electromagnetic field. People know about magnets. You put the positive poles of magnets together, and there's something there. You turn them around and put the negative poles together, there's something there. You reverse it, and they stick together. Well, every one of your cells of your body is made up of molecules. All molecules move and vibrate. All molecules emit an electromagnetic field. And certain fields, instant you touch it or even think about it, can either strengthen your body or weaken you. So you can quickly test different reflex points all over the body, find out what's weak. Then you find which particular nutrients strengthen those weak reflexes. So then, if a person, say for instance, a person has a problem with dogs, they can hold a jar full of dog fur, and while I stimulate acupressure points and run up and down your spine, your body now accepts the energy of that dog fur. It doesn't have this negative response to it. And it sounds kind of wacky, I understand that. But say, for instance, you're a 1 year old kid and you're out in the yard playing, and a dog doesn't even bite you, just snarls at you and scares you to death. You're standing in grass while this is happening. Now, subconsciously, this program may be set up, and you're super fearful and you're crying. So when you're crying, your eyes are watering, your nose is running, because you're afraid of this dog. But now you're also standing in grass. It's also a bright sunny day. And all of a sudden, when you're in bright sunny days, your eyes may water, your nose may run. When you're around grass, your eyes may water, your nose may run. You may have an allergic reaction to it. Or anytime you're around dogs, your eyes may water, your nose may run. You have this negative response around dogs. So you stimulate these points around and down the spine while you hold the energy in a jar. So you're not breathing any of it in. You're just feeling the energy of it. Your body accepts this energy versus, becoming negative, have a negative response to it anymore. And I understand this sounds like bizarre, and that was my first response to this too. When someone told me about this, I was working with a client and she was allergic to everything. She could eat 5 foods. It was asparagus, salmon, and 3 other vegetables. She was okay with everything else she had a reaction to. And she told me about this doctor up north, Dr. Roy Carey, who is a medical doctor. He did allergy shots for 30 years and he was ready to retire. And he learned Dr. Debbie Nambudripad's allergy reversal treatment system. It was so effective that he actually had to open up a second office in Portersville to handle everybody, because in one treatment, it was reversing a person's allergy. And he was instrumental in getting Dr. Debbie Nambudripad to come to the area and got Dr. Weiner trained to do allergy reversals. And that's where Dr. Weiner learned it. And I saw Dr. Carey back in, I think it was 1995 or 1996. He did some reversals on me. Then Dr. Weiner did some reversals on me, and it worked. So here's a medical doctor that did the shots for 30 years. Now he was doing this method. So it can be outrageously profound in how well this works. And it's very, very simple. You just stimulate points up and down the spine. You breathe 4 different ways. You test the person beforehand, and they're super weak. You test the person afterwards, super strong. And then after that initial treatment, you stimulate acupressure points that run throughout the body to stimulate energy flow in all the meridians. You hold it for a half hour, and usually that's it. That's all there is to it. Phil, would you do me a favor? Go in the office, get my little mannequin. It's by my supplement wall on the bottom back there. Okay, so I'd like to show you on the mannequin these energy meridians that run up and down the body. So, is there anybody in the audience that would like me to do an allergy reversal treatment on them? Any brave souls? You'll do it, Cookie? Okay. So come on up, Cookie. All right. So, all right. So, Cookie, in particular, is there anything in particular that really bothers you? Grasses, trees, weeds, shrubs, dairy, cheese, eggs. Okay. Yes. Okay.
I'm not sure about cabbage and mushrooms.
Okay. So I don't have those kits out here right now for cabbage and mushrooms. I have corn, wheat, soy, rice, dairy, and so forth. But I have plants and pollens in the Northeast. Let's quickly scan your body and see if you have a negative reaction to any of these that are in here. So earlier, thank you, Phil, by the way. This is a mannequin showing acupuncture energy meridians that run up and down the spine. And all it is stimulating these points while you breathe 4 different ways. It sounds like so easy, it's ridiculous. And really, it is that easy. There's the front of the body. So when we do the reversal, we're going to stimulate point here, point there, point here. We make a loop around the body after we run up and down the spine. So let's test you and show people how this works testing and then see if we need to treat on something. Again, I'm not a medical doctor. We don't treat, cure, prevent anything. We never guarantee this will work, but this has worked for just about everybody I've done this with. So this is a kit. It's plants and pollens of the Northeast. And there's 25 trees in here. There's 25 grasses and 25 weeds and shrubs in here. So let's do a whole group of trees at the same time. So if you could put, first of all, when you test somebody, you got to make sure they are testable. They have good energy flow, a good balance of energy flow, and you're hydrated enough to test. Are you hearing me okay when I talk like that, Phil? Okay. So let me see your arm. If I were to press on your arm, is your shoulder okay to handle pressure if I push on you? So resist, and resist, and resist. Put that hand on top, and resist, turn it over, and resist. Okay. So people look like, how did that just happen? The palm of our hand has a positive charge, and the back of your hand has a negative charge. There's 7 major energy centers on your body. And when you put the negative side to your crown energy center, it's supposed to short circuit your electrical system. You're supposed to go weak. And that's exactly what happened here. When she put the negative side on her crown, she went weak. So that means you're hydrated enough to be testable, and we can do this. So come over here just a little bit so I can angle this. Okay. So put your hand on half of this row down here. So this first row is trees, and resist. Do the upper half and resist. Do the next row, half a row. Resist. Okay, there, put your hand on it. Resist. There's something there. Do the bottom half. Resist. Something there. Upper half of the next row. Something there. Okay. So now let's pinpoint this. Do one at a time on this row. Resist. Next one. Resist. Keep going. Keep going. That one. Do that one again. Resist. You can see just touching it, her arm went weak. People think like, how can you touch something? Your arm goes weak. Well, everything's made of molecules. All things move and vibrate, but all things emit electromagnetic field. If you have a shorted out electrical wire and you just tap it, you instantly get a shock. So the instant you touch anything your body doesn't like, it can affect you. You can go weak. So what is that one there? That is poplar trees. The problem with poplar trees. Keep going one at a time there. Privet. Keep going. Sycamore trees. Willow trees. Keep going. So do this one again. This one here. Resist. So we're getting into grasses now. So let's not mix grasses with trees, but let's just test the rest of the grasses and we'll do a reversal on one or the other one you have the most problems with. So do the top of the list here. Resist. Keep going. Keep going. Go back one. Resist. That was a little off. So push that down. Resist. That one's off. Keep going. 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 And do half of the next row. So I'm sorry, one at a time. One at a time. Because we're still into the grasses. Okay. So you had a problem with blue stem, dog's tail grass, grama, and you had a problem with poplar trees and sycamore trees and willow trees. So let's pull these out. Hold those three. Pull these out. So you have the trees here and you have the grasses and so forth there. What's most important for you? Let's have your body answer that question. What will be most important for us to do an allergy reversal on? Would it be more beneficial for you to do an allergy reversal treatment on the trees before we did the grasses? Resist? No. Would it be more beneficial to do the grasses before we did the trees? Yes. People would say, like, how does that work? So watch this. Let me have that. So everything is an energy. All thoughts are an energy too. So say to me, my name's Cookie.
My name's Cookie.
Resist. Say, my name's Carol Ann.
My name's Carol Ann.
Resist.
Actually, my name's Ann, my real name.
It's not Carol Ann. So what's one of your favorite fruits to eat?
Lemon.
Say, I like to have lemon in water. Mm-hmm. Say, I like to have lemon in my water.
Lemon in my water. I like to have lemon in my water.
Resist. Say, I like to have bugs in my water.
I like to have bugs in my water.
Resist. So all thoughts are an energy. I do that to show people, like there's some people that come in here, they've had irritable bowel for 20, 30, 35 years, and they think this is their destiny. So if those thoughts can be precluding you from advancing your health. So you have to put those thoughts in your head. You know what? My body can fix this. Everything can turn around. Everything can get better. Everything can improve. So put those thoughts in your head. If you have any type of health condition, put those thoughts in your head. Your body can fix it. One thing you got to know, every one of the cells in your body is being replaced with a new cell over a period of time. Your skin is only 6 weeks old. Every one of those skin cells is replaced with a new cell in 6 weeks. Your liver, it's a big, massive 3.5 to 5 pound organ, depending on the size of you. 8 weeks, all those cells are swapped out with new ones. Your pancreas, the organ that controls your digestion, 3 months. They're all exchanged with new ones. Your central nervous system, your brain, your spinal cord, your nerves, 8 months it takes to replace every one of those cells with new ones. Your joints take 14 months, and it takes 2 years to replace every one of your bone cells with a new bone cell. So we need 90 different nutrients for our body to replenish all of our cells in a proper way. We need 90 nutrients for all the kinase enzymes in our cells, 90 nutrients to regenerate our tissues and have them function the way they're intended to function. While our farmland is abysmally low in minerals to begin with, we get many of the vitamins that get destroyed in the processing of foods. We're just undernourished. So if you can get all 90 nutrients into your system, you're going to replace every one of your cells with new cells in a short period of time, and your organs can function significantly better. So keep putting those thoughts in your head. Your body can turn it all around. It takes some, nutritional expansion to do so. You got to make sure you're getting all 90 nutrients in your body every day. 16 vitamins, Frontier multivitamin, 12 amino acids. If you eat meat or fish or eggs at home or beans and rice combination, you get amino acids. 2 essential fatty acids like omega-3D fish oil, and 60 different minerals like mineral rich. Just mineral rich, omega-3D, a multivitamin, and some amino acids at home. It gives you the building blocks finally now on a daily complete basis for you to make your cells and organs work better. Okay, so your body wants to deal with these first. This is grama, dog's tail grass, and blue stem. So in this jar, I have 3 vials. One's charged with the energies of blood. So to balance these energies with your own blood, that blood is in there. And 2 other vials are RNA and DNA. So the DNA mechanisms inside our cells, this is to help to balance those energies with. So hold that in your left So let me see how you respond to this whole group. Resist. That's super weak. Okay, so now let's have you have a seat right here and face that way. You got her in there. So all we need to do now is stimulate these acupressure points while you breathe. Can you stand for a second? I'll just move the chair back. Stand for a second. There you go. I'll be right there. How about that? So go ahead, have a seat again. So hold that in your other hand. All right, you able to pick me up right here? So again, let me see how you respond to that whole group. Resist. And so resist. All right. So relax that. First one. So to do this, take a deep breath in and hold it. And all I'm doing is stimulating these points with just light pressure.
We didn't hold it.
Now, take a deep breath in and hold it. And I'm just stimulating all these points with light pressure. And breathe. Just breathe in and out a couple of times. Just relax. And take a deep breath in and hold it again. And breathe. So that was pass number one. So the first one, you hold your breath in. And we stimulate all these points. The second one, you blow your breath all the way out and hold it out. So take a deep breath in, blow it all the way out, and hold it out. Hold that. When I saw Dr. Weiner do this and Dr. Carey do this, I thought this was just crazy. And breathe. Okay, breathe in, blow it all the way out, hold it out. And hold that. Good. And breathe. So just breathe in several times, just relax. The third one's like a running breath, like you just were running, where it's like a rapid panting breath, where you just breathe like that and go. A little faster. And relax. I'm an empath and I feel energies. And most of the time when I do this, it makes me yawn to release the energy. Okay, running breath again. Good. And relax. And I just let go of some energy there too. So the last one's the easy one, just relax and breathe normally.
I came in with a headache, so maybe this will help.
Yeah. So stimulating energy points on the body just helps to open up energy flow. It gives you a balance, but it helps your body accept the energy of what's in your hand versus, have a negative response to it. Okay. So stand up for a second now. And turn and face me. Let me see your arm. Turn over here a little bit. And okay. So let me see how your body responds to dogs. Let me turn this over here. Let me see how your body responds to dog's tail grass. Resist. Let me see how your body responds to everything in that jar. Resist. And you feel hard I pushed on you. So that's nice and strong now. So now we got to stimulate a loop going around the body. So go ahead, have a seat there and kick your shoes off. I'm going to keep this against you. So hang on to that still. And so Phil, you got me on camera with us. So we're going to make a loop. This is a large intestine point, large intestine point, large intestine points, small intestine point, large intestine points, large intestine points, small intestine points, bladder points, gallbladder points, large intestine. So we're just making a loop around the body, hitting as many of these as we can. Up around the head. There's a whole bunch of energy meridians that flow through your head. Right in the crown. Come around. Behind the ear, or behind the arm. Back in the crease of the forearm. Crease of the hand. Only a few seconds on each point. Then you go behind the knee. Go on the tibialis. Go on the junction point above the ankle, outside the ankle, around the ankle on both sides, inside and outside. Side of the foot, side of the big toe, between the two big toes, side in the front corner of the nail bed of the big toe, front corner nail bed of the big toe, between the big toes, outside the big knuckle, outside the foot on that side, around the ankle, junction point, outside, tibialis, behind the knee, and back to where we started. So we basically made a loop around the body. And again, let me see how you respond to this whole group. Resist. That's strong. So now you have to hold this for a half hour. Don't cross your arms. Don't cross your legs. You guys, children, relax for a half hour. Thank you, Phil. So go ahead, Cookie. Have a seat over here. Okay. Does anybody else want me to do this for them? Any other brave souls? Yes. Sure. I'm Jeff, by the way. Nice to meet you. What's your first name?
Marcy.
Marcy, nice to meet you. So tell me, Marcy, is there anything that bothers you? Cats, dogs? Cats. Okay. So I'm sorry, stand up for a sec.
I believe I have two. I think I have a light allergy, but I also have a lot of food issues.
A lot of food issues and
Dairy,
cats.
gluten,
Okay.
stuff
We'll test that stuff. So just turn and face me. Let me see your left arm. It doesn't matter which arm you use. You can use any muscle. I worked with a chiropractor. Had you lay on your back, and he pushed on your leg. Okay. So resist. By the way, if I push on your wrist here, I push on you. So resist me. Resist. Third, put that hand right on top of your head. Resist. Go face up. Right on your crown. Resist. Okay. Go the other way again. Turn it over. Fight me this time. Resist. Turn it over. Fight it. Okay. So that's supposed to short circuit your system. We are electrical beings and it's short circuited. That's great. That's what's supposed to happen. So let's do reflexes on your body first. So just turn and face me a little bit. Perfect. So resist. Resist. Again. Put 2 fingers in the belly button. Resist. Go 1 inch below that. Resist. Let me see your hand. And resist. Okay. So the belly button was a weak reflex. We'll come back to that in a moment. Let's look at digestion reflexes and organ reflexes. So lungs, bronchial tubes, lungs, blood, thyroid, heart, liver, gallbladder, stomach acid. Probably need stomach acid support with your meals. How's your shoulder doing? You want to change arms?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Yeah, stomach acid is big, huh?
Yes. Okay.
If you can get it on film.
So yeah, we're good. Resist. Third, whenever you test somebody, push 3 times first to activate your deltoid to contract properly. So that stomach acid reflex, that was weak. Digestive enzyme, resist. Large intestine, transverse large intestine, ascending large intestine, the sigmoid side of your large intestine, small intestine, Let's hand you, Phil, can you give me a betazyme and a cybezyme, please? Both. Cybezyme and betazyme. So we're going to test you to see which digestive aid your body really wants to help you with digestion. So hold this. We all need 90 different nutrients to function. This is 70 minerals. Hold that. Let's see that large intestine. Set that down. Large intestine. Transverse. Pick it back up. Transverse. Super strong. So your body will tell you what it wants. This is emitting an energy that your body is craving. This is how you can just ask the body, does it want this or does it want that or not? Thank you, Phil. So these are digestive enzymes, and this is stomach acid support. So set that down. Hold the stomach acid support formula. Stomach acid reflex, digestive enzyme reflex, large intestine reflex, transverse, and that strengthens everything. So your body likes that. These are digestive enzymes. Your stomach acid support reflex was weak. The enzyme reflex was strong. Large intestine, it doesn't strengthen your weak reflex. Transverse. Stomach acid. If I change that back to this one, stomach acid. Large intestine. And it just locks. So that's how you could quickly just communicate with the body, and the body will tell you what it wants to help it fix itself, basically. So now let's test you on foods. Okay. So in my office, I showed you like this particular kit has 75 different vials in it. In my office, I have over 3,200 vials of things to test with. This one has a bunch of foods in it. So let's go back to this arm. So when I say touch these, touch one of these at a time. These are dairy products already here, and then eggs and so forth. So just go one at a time here. American cheese. So put a finger on that one. American cheese. Resist. Do the next one. Swiss cheese. Next one. Cheese mix. And then come jump down here. Let's go to pasteurized milk. Resist. Okay. So now we want to know, is this a real allergy, or is this something you just have a difficult time digesting and it's inflaming you? So hold pasteurized milk. Let me see how your body responds to pasteurized milk. Resist. Now hold the stomach acid support. Let me see how you respond to pasteurized milk with stomach acid in your system. Resist. And see how strong that is? Most likely, your issues with dairy is the inability to digest it. You may have an allergy to it too, but you definitely have an issue with digestion. When you take these, it helps you make more stomach acid and probably helps you digest food significantly better, which in turn will have you have less inflammation from food. Cookie, by the way, your time, I think it was 1:25 when we did this, when we finished this. So you have to hold that until 1:55, 30 minutes. Okay. All right. So we know dairy is an issue with you. Let's see eggs. So touch egg whites. That was whole eggs, egg whites. There you go. That's good. The next one, resist. The next one, the next one. Eggs are okay. Go up to here. So this one here, the first one, wheats. Next one, barley, oats, and rye. Do the next one, spelt. The next one, soy. And resist firmly. Soy, millet. Back one on soy, back one on soy. Go back on wheat. This one here. Okay. So almost everybody has a problem with wheat, barley, rye, and soy. Those grains have been altered radically to a point where most people cannot digest it. A few people have an allergy to it, but almost everybody can't digest it, even with the aid of products. So let's pull out wheat, barley, rye, and oats. Hold those. That's wheat, barley, rye, and oats. So let me see how you respond to this whole group. Resist firmly. Can't resist. And hold betazyme. Let me see how you respond to this group with betazyme. Still can't digest it. If I take that back and just give you all these dairy. Hold those. This is cheese mix, pasteurized milk. Let me see how you respond to all these dairy products with betazyme. And that's strong. So most likely your issues with dairy, a big part of it is not producing enough stomach acid to digest it properly. I believe that's how it goes. Okay.
But the gluten.
But the problem with gluten is in the United States, they turn it into a bioweapon. It's not really food. It's a point where you can't,
So even with enzymes.
even with enzymes, you still have a negative response to it.
I've
So,
been told to cut it out of my diet.
yeah, I mean, everybody should in the United States. If you have imported flour from Italy, they have 1/5 of the gluten in it than our flour here has. 95% of all of our flour is sprayed with a weed killer Roundup. None of theirs is. So if you have to eat pasta, get it the imported stuff from Italy. They sell it all over the place here. You go on Amazon and buy it. You go to DeLallo's in the Strip District and get it in different places. But don't buy the American stuff. Okay. Now let's ask a different question. So now we know you would benefit from stomach acid support to these things. Would you benefit from an allergy reversal? Let's have your body tell us. So watch this, how thoughts are a thing. First of all, let me see how you respond to all these dairies. Resist. I want you to think about betazyme. Let me see how you respond to all those dairy products with betazyme. Resist. That's strong. So, like, how do you explain that? Yeah, because all thoughts are an energy. So now, let's ask your body. We know you need some stomach acid support to help you deal with this. Would you benefit from an allergy reversal treatment to dairy products? Resist? Yes. So let's do a reversal on that now too. So there's part allergy, part need digestive support. So I'm gonna go grab a jar to put these in. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So I don't do gluten. I don't have gluten free. No bread. And I grew up.
I've been told I should go gluten free. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. Yeah, my daughter. And I was just telling my sister today, I think I should try cutting out dairy because things aren't doing right.
Yeah. So
And
there it is.
we coincidentally came here.
So go ahead. Have a seat there. Oh, hold on one second. Okay, go ahead. Have a seat and face that way.
More advertising.
All right. So hold this in your left hand. Okay, so same deal. We're just going to stimulate points around up and down the spine. So first of all, let me see your arm again. Let me see how you respond to this whole group. Resist. Okay, you just hardly got to push and it drops. So first one, take a deep breath in and hold it. And breathe. Just breathe in and out several times. Just relax. There goes some energy there. Take a deep breath in and hold it. Good. And breathe. This is when this is done. Don't you feel like really calm and relaxed after I do this? Yeah. Every time I have one of these done to me, I'm just sitting there like, oh, I feel good. Second one, take a deep breath in, blow it out rapidly, and hold it out. Hold that. And breathe. Okay, breathe in, breathe out, hold it out. And breathe. The third one's like a rapid panting breath, like you're running, so real rapid breathing. A little faster. And relax. If you keep going all the way up and down the spine with this one, people get lightheaded. So you got to stop 2 or 3 times in between. Okay, running breath again. Good, and relax. And I'm letting go of energy right now, actually.
Do you feel my energy?
Yes.
Go?
Yes, letting go.
I think I feel it too.
Good. And the last one is just relax and breathe normally. Good. Okay. So now, let me see your arm. So think about American cheese. And let me see how you respond now to American cheese. Resist. Cheese mix. Resist. Pasteurized milk. Resist. Okay. So let's do the loop around the body. A lot stronger, right?
I was ready to give it up.
Just say that again.
I was just telling my sister today I was giving up cheese for 2 weeks to see if it was going to help me in my inflammation. Wasn't I? Like, this is crazy coincidence.
Yeah, there's no coincidences, right? So Dr. Weiner, when he did the allergy reversal, he didn't use the breathing technique. He told you to avoid whatever he treated you on for 25 hours. Dr. Ellen Cutler teaches the breathing technique with the allergy reversal. She says you can be exposed to things right away. But the ideal scenario is still to avoid it as much as you can. But if we do an allergy reversal on cats, and you live in a house with cats, you're still okay. You know, it'll still work. Okay. Let's go over here behind the arm. Over in the extensors.
So one treatment works, or do you normally do multiple treatments?
Normally, it only takes one. Sometimes you have to repeat it, but rarely.
Wow.
So it's okay if I kick your shoes off here? Sure.
Yeah.
There we go. So again, we just hit that junction. We did the outside. We did behind the knee. We did the outside. We did the junction point, the outside of the lower leg, around the ankle, side of the foot, inside of the foot by the big toe, between the big toes, corner of the big toe. Okay, other foot. Perfect. Corner of the big toe, in between the two toes, side of the big toe, outside of the foot, around the ankle, junction point, outside of the lower leg, tibialis area, behind the knee. Back to where we started. Then we look at the clock and see what time it is. So call 1:42. Yeah, 1:42. So till 2:12. Hang on until 2:12, 2:15, some of that time frame. Don't cross your arms. Don't cross your legs. Anything that generates electromagnetic field, just stay away from. Your cell phone, computer screen, fluorescent lights. Don't let another kid sit on your lap. Try to keep one person between you and when you're sitting down. Okay. That's about it. So that's as simple as it could be. Good. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for participating in this. It's literally that simple. I was shocked when I had it done on me, and it worked. And I was shocked that it was a medical doctor that did this to me, that did the allergy shots. And then Dr. Weiner learned it, and here you go. So that Dr. Debbie Nambujapad, she discovered this by happenstance, basically. She'd eat something, would pass out. She'd eat something, be going to anaphylactic shock. And through this muscle testing, she'd know what foods were good for her, what foods she had to stay away from. One day she ate carrots, and carrots were on her good list, but they must have came from a different supplier. Maybe they had something sprayed on them. She was passing out. And when this happened before in her office, as she was at her chiropractic office when this happened. She was passing out. She lay down. Her staff hurried up and went and got acupuncture needles and put needles in her in the adrenal meridian on the body to give her a natural boost of adrenaline. But it didn't work in time. She passed out. So they let her sleep it off because this has happened before. But when she woke up, she was mortified because the bag of carrots that she had failed on was on her abdomen, and she thought she was going to go into anaphylactic shock. When she got up, she felt like, I feel good. I got energy. And she had her staff test her on those carrots again, and now she was strong in response to the carrots. So she was weak beforehand. They put the needles in her while the carrots were on her, and now she was strong. She's like, okay. So if you hold something in a jar you have a problem with, stimulate acupressure points on the body can reset. So over the course of a year, she did this for herself and her son. Her son was just like her, allergic to everything. Over the course of a year, she reversed all of her allergies and all of her son's allergies, initially with acupuncture while holding in a jar whatever they had a problem with. And she found out later you didn't have to use acupuncture, just pressure point, these points on the body while you held it, and the body reset. And later along, she taught this Dr. Ellen Cutler, and Ellen Cutler incorporated the breathing technique into it. And that's what Dr. Weiner didn't learn. And since 1984, she's been teaching people this system, Nan Boudrepad's allergy elimination technique. It's hilarious. If you go online and do a Google search for it, this article comes up from this goofball who is totally bashing it and saying you're at the risk of nutritional deficiencies. And it was just really funny the way they worded it. Like it's like the worst thing you could possibly do is do this. So that was Dr. Ellen Cutler and Dr. Devi Nam Boudrepad. Dr. Devi wrote a book called Say Goodbye to Illness, and all this is chronicled in her book. There's a story in her book where she talks about a lady that was she was out to dinner with her husband, she got a phone call that her son was horribly mangled in a car crash and was being life flighted to the hospital, and just a mega super stressful event. Basically an emotional trauma, basically. And she was eating a dinner roll at the time when this happened. She ran to the hospital. Her son survived, but over the course of a week, her bowels just shut down. She couldn't make a bowel movement, and went and saw Dr. Devi to see what she could do to help her. Dr. Devi's questioned her, and she's testing her on all these different things. Didn't seem to have a problem with all these different things. And she goes, "Well, did you have any physical traumas recently? Like you slip and fall injuries?" She's like, "No, none of that." You didn't have any chemotherapy, any radiation, any chemical exposures? No. Did you have any emotional traumas recently? Because yes. She told her a story about her son. She goes, "Well, where were you when you got the news?" "We were out to dinner." Because were you eating anything when you got the phone call? "Yes, I was eating a dinner roll." She goes, go to that restaurant, get some dinner rolls. She got some dinner rolls, brought it back to Dr. Devi's office. Dr. Devi tested her. She failed miserably on a dinner roll. She did this allergy reversal treatment for the dinner roll. And in a short period of time, her bowels opened up and she was back to normal. Pretty wild. So emotional traumas can shut off your response to things. Think of allergies really as a switch. Earlier I was talking about how if there's a 1-year-old girl playing in the grass, gets bit by a bee, the kid's crying, their eyes are watering, and nose is running. This program set up in your mind, when you're around bees, your eyes water, your nose run. When you're in the grass, your eyes water and your nose runs. And so by getting a tester on grass, test them on bees, if you do an allergy reversal treatment to either one of those, chances are it can eliminate your negative response to the grasses or bees. That's simple. It just flips that switch back the other way. It shuts off that subconscious program that's running. And that's most of all this is. It's just subconscious program says your body can't handle it. And it switches it. Okay. But other than that, that's my presentation for today. Anybody have any questions on anything? Feel anything online? Okay. Well, thanks for listening, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Send your family members in. I'll get them fixed up.